Hello, hello, hello! I am Kasasagi Yosugi, and I am here with more Final Fantasy XIV. We are going to be back on the main story, and we will be joined by Q. Hello, Q. Hello, so quiet. I've invited you to a party a million times, and you simply have not accepted.
You send it 1,000,001.
Yeah.
Hey.
There we go. And our main story is at Corthus, by House 4 Toms, where Tataru and Elfino are waiting for us. Why are you in Limsa?
Good question.
Much as I worry for the future of Ishgard, the fate of our missing friends concerns me even more. Tataru is waiting to share good tidings with you and Elfino. Elfino, Akali, I've been looking all over for you. We've received news regarding Flameyan, Ahori Boulder, and Golinet. Really? Has something happened? No, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite. In fact, it seems that once they learn the Scion's good name has been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa Lominsa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean, and you don't mind being spied on. Quite, but what wonderful news to think that our reunion is close at hand. A pleasure to see you too, Elfino. Thancred and Kryl, what brings the two of you here? Kryl and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia. And we may have just found the answer. Akali, when you were fleeing Ul'dah with Minfilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? While assuming that it's true, and I see no reason to suspect that it's not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. Ooh, that is an admirable fantasy. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we must require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where Akali felled the Ultima weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield her from the magic I invoked. Kryl and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you alone. I have proven a knack for subterfuge, and I am confident there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Kryl while the patrol passes. Besides, if you and Akali come along, who will see to Flaminian's grand homecoming? When you put it like that, very well, I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will, at the very least, eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Stones and make preparations for our comrades' return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at Lominsan docks? Then I shall see the four of you to the Rising Stones. Safe travels. Oh, is that why you're in Limsa?
No.
Oh, I thought you skipped ahead. Skipping. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, are you doing return?
I am doing return.
You nasty bean. we haven't seen them in a while. Is that by the gods it is you? Well met, Akali, well met. They got fancier armor and shit while they were gone. If it isn't Akali Yana, really, you didn't have to come all this way just for us. Oh, Akali, how have you been? Come here, let me have a good look at you. Thank the 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. Tataru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hainish vessel. It pained us not to be there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we, Colonel? Studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not who to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? Forgive me. I am sure you're doing everything in your power to find her. As Thancred must be. He watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return, and busy myself in the meantime. For a certainty, there is much and more to be done. The Braves have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit! To the Scions and the long overdue reunion! Huzzah! Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed.
He was getting laid with the ladies. And he wasn't there at all.
I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every Science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
I don't know if you remember, but Minfilia was constantly worrying in the ARR patches about her friend named Kryl, and was very excited and told us right away when she found that the Kryl was alive but stuck in a coma. Yeah, Kryl's been mentioned since 2.0.
Then for Minfilia's sake,
Ish.
let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
Oh, actually, she's been, yeah, Kryle's been mentioned since ARR because she was the one that gave Minfilia the Dark Crystal, and told her on the airship when we rescued them all from the castrum. So, Kryle's a known entity. And it was hard to see in that cutscene, but Thangred, I believe, is currently blind in one eye. There's something wrong. He doesn't have color in the right eye, I believe it is. And that he got all fucked up from the from his time in the Aether current. So his Aether will always be permanently fucked up, which means he can no longer use magic. But the eye will eventually, allegedly, get better. Ah, it's great to be back in the Toll. It even smells like adventure. Home at last. I must make my rounds and see who remains. No, I don't want to talk to you. It feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors. Friends and family with whom we have shared so much. I don't know. God's help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting. I'm gonna be real. I don't know who's in there. Well, I guess all the Domans are still there. Oh, you're new. Is that the Lady Philomean I've heard so much about? Well, well, I shall have to introduce myself. Fucking cat boys, I swear to God. The horniest, most obnoxious motherfuckers. First Orchard and now Hori, a passing fancy I could suffer, but this? She's hopeless, utterly hopeless. Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have not yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. Huzzah! He has returned. Together, my brother and I shall serve the Scions till the breaking of the 8th dawn. Oh my, decisions, decisions. Why not both? Orchard, what in the 7 hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why, you, brother. You and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained, that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet, now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. Do not tell me you trained with the Hainish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. To secret oneself in a ship's hold to secure the safe passage to a faraway land, that is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I would like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there is no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer, at least. Though I am happy to oblige you, my legs are rather less than accommodating. Ah, Isildur is, it's that one girl's grandfather. I don't think she's here. Oh, Elaine! There she is. This is her grandfather. When you were a baby, doing your very first, dungeons, he was there. He's like a really old adventurer, probably too old to be adventuring, but he loves it so much. And she takes care of him. But now he's here. Aye, I heard it all from Elaine. So where is she? If I am to greet the songstress of Uldul, I would do so on my feet. I worry that Argmingus is getting a little carried away, but I suppose I can overlook it on this occasion. Ah, we could do with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with the stalwart companions brings a bloody tear to my eye. He's the Maelstrom, he's the Maelstrom guy. And there they are at last, thank the 12. Nothing like a homecoming to lift everyone's spirits. Thanks for bringing them back, Akali. We must tell the children at once. They've always been so fond of Hori. When our comrades betrayed us, I feared all was lost. How wrong I was. Elaine, Anthony, it fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy. And what of Hikiri? She is well, though abroad on a mission at present. It wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Elfino. I know we will. Minfilia, Ida, Papalimo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. Well, if I'm dancing... No, I'll get the cookie. Cookie for healers. It'll all be like it was. Just you wait and see. Elfino is eager to return to the search for Minfilia. Thancred and Kral contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into the Castor Meridian bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Y'shtola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. To Idleshire. 'Twas rather less than I had hoped, though mayhap I asked too much. How is Flamean, by the way? Enchanting as ever, I trust? I shall have to pay my respects when time allows. My apologies, I see I am the last to arrive. So what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there was indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of Ultima Weapon's destruction, a ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, where I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Sildek Aqueducts. There we detected the save waveform, but other orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Heidelin, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Ishtola used flow, it appeared that not two, but three beings had affected. Yet unlike Ishtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of aether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that when communing with Heidelin, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Heidelin interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Ystola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Heidelin may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Heidelin guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her body and soul unto the ethereal sea? In which case, we must needs continue our search there, for a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Antitower, a Charlene construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodius. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Boy. I didn't know we would see Matoya so soon. I didn't know this dungeon was so soon. I have so very little memory of the patches. Just the key points. This isn't a two-seated mount. This carpet only has room for one. It's a single carpet ride.
Rude.
It's true, there's only room for one.
That's not what Disney told me.
Well, Disney's wrong. Constantly.
Oh, that's so crazy. You turned your camera around,
Mhm.
and I'm far behind you with your eyes, but on my screen, I am on this carpet.
No, you're behind me. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Did somebody go the wrong way?
I saw purple light, and I was going towards it.
That's the fate. Alright, what frogs are here to start trouble? Oh, none of them.
Bye.
What?
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I love Master Matoya's cave music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what a surprise! Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Antitower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported into the ethereal sea. I don't know if anything's gonna be quite so wild. It is a good trope. I like it when they're cranky, but like have a soft spot. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodius, every entrance to the Anti-Tower was sealed save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Akali can go. Take the magicless rogue, too, if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work, and I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, and I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Akali. Thancred, no. Your etheric flow has been compromised. Do not deny it. To venture into an environment so thick with aether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment, or worse. But Minfilia could be in there, waiting for us. And you could die. And for what? If she is waiting beyond, Akali will find her. Trust in her. Have faith. Damn it all. Bring her back to us. Ding, 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 ding. Are you ready for the anti-tower?
I'm ready.
Oh, let me switch to White Mage. People like to go fast in here.
That's nice.
Okay. Well, there's a reason why they want to go fast in here. It's because, this is the fastest dungeon to do for relic weapons. And you need to do it... If you want to get all the relic weapons... 6 times... How many classes are there? 6 times 19, I think? You have to run it 114 times. And this is the fastest level 60 dungeon there is.
Ooh, I know what thumbnail I'm gonna use.
Yeah, the video that got chopped up into 3 pieces yesterday,
Ah,
yeah. There's
Thanks,
2 of them
man.
that are like 10-minute segments. I'm like, ugh. Idleshire would be a good one for one at the very least.
or you could do some magic and smush them all together.
I can't and won't. Well, I can try. That requires them. I'll explain it to you.
Okay. What the?
That is weird. Make sure you grab that. How'd you lose one?
I don't know. Just started to run away.
I'm worried these people are gonna pull without you. Yeah.
There we go, I got it.
I think I went and got myself clean. There's monsters behind you.
There we go.
I was gonna yell at them if they pulled the boss. I was like, listen, I know you're in a rush, but calm down. You can wait
Wait
2
for the
seconds.
tank.
Yeah, you can wait 2 seconds. Get out of that. Yeah. Kill, are you a frog? Okay, kill the frogs. Because 2 of us are frogs. Thank you much. Back to the north. He gave you a concussion.
You did?
Get out of that.
I can't.
Oh no, you have a concussion.
Yeah.
I don't know if the gears here are gonna be better. I'm guessing no. 210. 195, yeah. What we're wearing right now will be better. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab these guys, and then you're gonna go down that stair and grab that bunny rabbit. Hey. And there's gonna be fire guys behind you.
That guy's behind me.
There are more fire guys behind you. Alright, you're gonna grab these rock guys.
Ugh, big rocket. I only got one.
Yeah, do your best to grab them all. And then we're gonna go down here and grab this other rabbit, and there will be another golem.
Grab it. Oh god.
You're fine. Fire guys. We're almost here. More fire, guys. Good job. You are strong.
Doing my best.
No, you're doing a good job. If you weren't gonna grab them, they were just gonna grab them. So we had to do a pull like this. I knew this dungeon was gonna be a problem. Because everyone's running it 1,000 times. 114 times. Do you see? He's Ziggy. And he's on a Stardust. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, Stardust! Okay, so what you would normally do, you focus on Ziggy, but you destroy these Stardusts. Because otherwise their AoEs take up the whole platform.
Oh, I see.
They just keep growing and growing and growing. And then if you get targeted, you need to hide behind one of these Stardusts. You'll have a mark over your head. Okay, so it's the red mage, so don't worry about it. The red mage has to hide behind rocks. So that the tether attacks just like that. And they gotta do that twice. I've never seen it go this far before. Woo. You're fine. I should roll on the jewelry.
Didn't get all of them.
I should definitely be rolling on jewelry. Oh well. my frames. The whole game just dragged out. Need to, oh, stream's still fine. Okay.
Oh, yikes.
We are Calcabrina. Adorable dolls. Terrible dolls. Yip ho ho. Yip ho ho. Alright. The dolls will do whatever they want, so don't worry about grabbing them all. Just kill them. Okay. Yeah, the dolls have no aggro. They just spin and do AoEs. You gotta grab her though.
Yeah, it said she was on me and then she
Look away from the person that has the eye, just turn away. So she just put walls around her. She can only be attacked from the front.
Oh, should she not be here in the north? Or?
Well, it's fine. Sometimes it's okay to leave them in the middle. So the other players have been turned into dolls. We have to kill the dolls. She's just gonna keep doing that, so help me kill the dolls. You have to look away from you? You're fine. Oh, you got confused.
I'm running.
You got confused, so now you're hurting the other players. I guess you do also have to look away, sorry. I called that.
Okay.
Hmm? Now we have been turned into dolls, and the other players have to. Both dolls can drop as minions in here. And housing items. Spooky. Why not? Thank you. I actually just took a sippy. Sippy, sippy, sippy.
Oh, I gotta hydrate too. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh my goodness.
Rehydrates.
Hear, feel, think.
That wasn't the usual Hydaelyn voice.
It was not.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
This might be a little hard to follow because her voice actor is different. And it really threw me for a loop. I'll explain as best I can because I was like, okay.
We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word.
So this is Minfilia. This is just what she looks like now. All possessed and shit. And her new voice is this.
Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think.
Everybody got
Before
changed
there was
after
life,
A Realm Reborn.
in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one.
Yeah, Gideon Emery got replaced. Whoever, like, all the big name voice actors that we at one point had, everyone was replaced, and we got new voice actors across the board, save for the ones that were introduced during the patches. So Oshafant, Emmerich, and Ysael all stayed the same. Everybody else completely new. I know. It's Urianji's new voice actor is very different, but it has definitely grown on me a lot. I enjoy it very much.
But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart,
A moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease.
I think I talked over some of this, but it is important. The world was at one point whole. Zodiac, which is the Asian's god, desired power. She trapped him in the moon, and then split the world into 10 and 3. She split it into 14 different shards.
They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source.
Yeah, so it's our world, and then she split it into 13 more different pieces, so there's 14 overall.
Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining.
And every time the Asians cause a calamity, one of those pieces that was split off was restored. In theory, when all the pieces are restored, will Zodiac be reborn?
Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Asians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Yeah, it's not good, but I think it's not good on purpose. She was very emotionless. No, you're right. And that's why when I first saw this scene, I was like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't sound anything like Minfilia. She doesn't look anything like Minfilia. I genuinely feel nothing about this situation. But I think the voice direction was on purpose, because that's not Minfilia. Minfilia never actually spoke to us. Yes, she's not Minfilia. And she's speaking through Minfilia. And so Hydaelyn always talks in this sort of monotone, hear, feel, think. She's not supposed to have any voice, so she's using Minfilia and speaks in this dull tone while she's also dying. So it's weak, it's soft. It wasn't very loud. It was actually kind of hard to see her, and I think that was all done on purpose, because no other dialogue is like that. The voice direction is much improved since ARR, so I think it was all a purposeful choice to show that Minfilia is nothing more than a puppet, like a voice box for Hydaelyn, who can no longer speak on her own, and is slowly withering away. Good job, bot. Thank the oh.
Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia?
The word of the mother. I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryo?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
3.1, 3.2, 3.3 is all Heavensward. 3.3, the next patch, will be the end, the official end of the Heavensward story, but it's all considered Heavensward up to 4.0. 3.4 and 3.5 will be like the prelude to Stormblood. So you can surmise, and this isn't really a spoiler, you can surmise that we will deal with the Nidhogg problem in patch 3.3. And we will start the beginnings of what Stormblood is going to be about.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
Take care, Zeth. 'Tis blessed few who get to choose how and when and what they die for. Not that you need reminding, I suppose, but that boy. For all the suffering he has known, he still clings to the notion that there is a cosmic justice, a morality by which we are saved or condemned, and there isn't. She's not coming back, is she? She did what she thought was best. I know that, I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. Elphino has reached a decision. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others in the Rising Stones, especially Flamin. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Urianger. He may have insight into what the word told us. As for you, Akali, after all you've done, I would say you've earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich while you were away. 'Twould seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort, and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Are you all... You're all, like... You understand what's going on, right? Do you need me to explain anything, Miss Q?
I think I'm good.
Oh, it's the Forgotten Night. I was like, what do these words mean?
These words are trying to tell me something important.
I just can't understand them. Mistress Yana, the Lord Commander left instructions that you were to be shown inside.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst.
Apollonaut 26.
Oh, thank you, Apollo. Thank you, thank you.
Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change.
I will say this for Emmerich. He took to dragons are good, no longer evil, very, very well. And he wasn't even on the journey where we saw and spoke to all the dragons. We just came back and was like, Pope's lying. Take our word for it. He's like, Pope's lying. All right, I'm gonna go kick my own dad's ass. And then got his ass beat for it. Caused one of his dear friends to die. And then is still like, still on this like march for peace. I'm like, Jesus, Emmerich. It's just very impressive how stalwart this man is. Oh, don't die.
Tis nothing. Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing.
My cat girl was like, Jesus, what, man? She was like, dude.
A drink! We should make time for one.
Oh.
Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Oh. So it's been a while since we did our ARR quests. But Orshrafan was always, with dinner, drinks, you have to sit, you have to stay, it's been too long. And he did that whole like, drinks, you, me. And it just made us sad. And he knew he fucked up too. He was like, oh. Emmerich has waited one patch to ask us out to dinner, and he will wait no longer. That's right, we can fly here. We can fly here. We've done it. We have half the areas unlocked for flying.
Oh, I've gone too far. I didn't realize it was just up the stairs.
An Alamegan bank account. The Lord Commander said you would come, Akali. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The masons labored day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think you will be pleased with the result. 'Twas not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go rest. I will not keep you. I just teleported here. Lucia is concerned that you seem to be looking for something to do. If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest? Make your presence known to the people and so forth. In addition to those you have come from far and wide to attend this ceremony, you must meet Lords Artorial and Emalayan, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. I am glad to see the rumors were true. Well met, Mistress Yana, and fear not, I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the visitors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vindifar may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is glory-seeking noblemen attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter, too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand, we've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that they're close to a reconciliation comes as a great relief. Still here, old girl? This certainly isn't the time. I will do my utmost to keep him out of trouble, but I may require your assistance later. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. And here I am, laboring to make it so. Lord Artorial, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convectors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me! They would defy Sir Emmerich's commands if they dare attack Vindifar. It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us, were a Lord of House Fortomps present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Emalayan while I am away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child, but recently he seems to be suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. Was that Lord Artorial leaving with the First Commander just now? Emalayan is less than his usual effervescent self. I'm rather busy at the moment, old girl, guarding this tavern, as it were. I see now. Artorial thought I might derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, perhaps I can I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guest to be devoured by wolves, oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map if I may. Right there. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave it to you, old girl. Come, Juliet. I must return to my rounds. Oh dear. Do be careful, my lady. Oh, I hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling. We need to get you another class leveled up.
Sorry, I completely zoned out.
Hmm?
Like you drew the aggro of the big wolfy boy, and I just stood there doing nothing.
It's okay. I'm a dancer. That is to say, a conduit.
Should I be red mage?
You're not. These are 60 monsters. You will get your buns beaten in.
See.
But we gotta level up your red mage, or have you grab one of the 60 classes. There's Gunbreaker if you want to stay tank. Just for like leveling and purposes and whatnot, or grabbing the XP from these.
I shall look into it.
Yeah.
There's hearts when I fly.
I know, it's real cute. Thanks, Butterfingers.
I don't want to eat Butterfingers anymore.
How many Butterfingers do you have left?
I think I have 2, maybe 3 bags.
Oh no, that's so many Butterfingers.
Well, yeah, because we had to buy more for your friend.
You don't have to eat Butterfingers anymore.
I can't let them go to waste.
Akaliana Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made the arsonist confess. Clever that. Thingrid, was it? He was asking for you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. Hurry. If you hurry, he might still be there. Terrible imposition though it was, I am relieved that my lord did not think to tend to the wolves by himself. Fancy meeting you here, Kali. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would have not fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. Ooh, slammed myself right into the wall. It's always the younger one, every time, without fail. How wonderful! You found Master Thancred! As ever, I could not help but fear the worst. And there you are, a pair of gallant heroes if I ever saw them, comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice, you have guaranteed the safety of many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is not left to do but enjoy our well-earned respite. Selfless sacrifice, indeed. I am sorry, my lady. Truly I am. Himalayan seems rather pleased with himself. Oh, and this should of course go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Artorial wouldn't understand. Right then, the first of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, Akali. I will join you anon.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks.
The cup is bigger than my whole fucking head.
Afraid food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
It's true. I am very small.
You were right, my lord. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest. After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
Oh, we got poisoned.
This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Alone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping.
Yeah, Thancred, I was just taking a little snooze. For funsies.
Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Thanks for caring about my befuckled organs, you dick.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn, with lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
Yeah, it's real good.
What have you done? I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given that the first commander and Lord Artorial are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Mullane has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. Oh, he's really done it now. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The shurikens tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? I heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say to him and Sir Emmerich, take their bloody change and shove it up their asses. I will not be taken in by that rot again. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough? That their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be at the end of it, or will there be others like them, and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I ever can. Well, what say you? So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame for all the casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering a public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones?
Did he really order the execution, or did he just tell his guard person to do something, and they decided to shoot them?
Well, he said, why are you just standing there, allowing this to happen? Do something to put an end to this. This woman's on a rooftop, screaming, carrying on. Then the guard shot her a non-fatal wound once, and Emilian was like, hey, don't do that. He just sort of let it happen. And then the guard shot a killing blow. After the warning shot, he probably should have been like, hey, oh wait, not like that. Don't do that. It's true. Yeah, so he didn't technically order the execution, but he certainly did nothing to stop it, especially after the warning shot was fired. Because that was on his command. He's like, hey, you need to put a stop to this. And the guy's like, well, alright. And she wasn't silenced, and that didn't stop anything. And he was... The silence and not scolding against the first firing shot was permission to continue doing what was currently being done. He should have said, don't shoot her, you idiot. But he didn't. He just sort of let it happen. He is a soldier. He is of the High House. There is accountability that must be taken into. Just because he's... I don't know. I don't have a lot of sympathy towards him, Elaine. Oh, we do get weapons. Gladiator. I'm gonna take that Dark Knighty sword. A Thancred would like nothing more than to leave Falcon's Nest behind. Lord Artorial and the first commander should have returned by now. To the tavern, then. Their first order of business will be to speak with Lord Emelian, and I somehow doubt that he has been moved in ilm since last we saw him. Also, it should be known that when everyone's like, hey, why'd you let that happen? Instead of going, sorry, my mistake, he was like, well, first he blamed the guard, and then he's like, no, this isn't my fault. There needs to be some accountability. I'm sure he hasn't gained any since sitting in here pouting. Fury, take me, what a disaster. I should have never left. My apologies, Akali. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be a time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we know? According to initial reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Emelian ordered a shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted and were struck down. Still, others took their own lives. Our forcers suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives, for the time being, at least. The Shurikens are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given her impeccable timing, it is likely that the convectors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much time plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did in its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, theirs have been the more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protest, the people seemed disillusioned. You spoke with them. I see. Sir Emmerich placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before, and we will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference pending Sir Emmerich's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest. Akali, will you deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead? Get up, Emelian. You're going with her. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your actions in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come, Honrier. Your manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honrier? Honrier! I could have sworn he was here. I, too, had best remain here for a time. I should hope that the worst has passed, but it's too early to say for certain. Once I have determined that my presence is no longer required, I will return to the capital as well. Pray give my regards to the Lord Commander. Where are you? Where are you? I actually don't know.
Oh, they're out here.
Oh, out here?
You have to go through the gates towards the flight thing.
Oh, we didn't go far enough. What happened to you, little lad?
Onawa!
Oh, I've been saying his name is super wrong. Onewa.
No, no! What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onawa?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kyrujin without delay.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
Well...
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
I will take him to the Jerkins. It is the least I can do. Do you want to talk about it? I'm so sorry. I didn't mug him. I may have overacted, but it needed to be done. He was becoming hysterical. I understand the desire to look for reasons, for excuses, to convince yourself you had no choice. But the past is the past, and there's naught to be gained from reliving your mistakes. I know this. I know this, but he... Give me that Dark Knight soul. Thancred has lost all patience with Lord Emilian. Lance. You need me a lance. I have no desire to wait for the lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We have important matters to attend to in Ishgard. To us? I thought, what are you doing?
You were gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Fine, do it. That's right. Give me that free teleport. What did you say?
I said, oh my god, we're a bunch of idiots. Why'd you run all the way there?
Because I like walking sometimes. It's not that far. You are expected, miss. Pray proceed. Proceed to the seat of the Lord Commander. So, Edmont, Papa, some things happened, and I need you to know, none of it was my fault. Also, I got poisoned, but we aren't talking about that, I guess. We received troubling reports from Falcon's Nest. What befell you there? Emmerich, I got poisoned at your party. And I need compensation.
Like a smooch.
No, it's too soon.
Oh.
Word of the demonstration and its resolutions outstripped you, Akali. Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. 'Tis rumored that my youngest's lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? Your youngest's lack of judgment was to blame. I pretty much got it spot on, my lord. I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of those misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and the vengeance it begets, only for that too to be taken away, is it any wonder that they were left bereft? For what was this sacrifice? Have we naught to show for our suffering? I thought peace a sufficient salve, but perhaps I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmond, and ours is a nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it. Aye, we must needs find a way to honor the sacrifices of our forefathers without glorifying in their excesses. A difficult path, to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur other disillusioned souls to retrace them. But as you say, we dare not revel in our past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy, and an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but lies though they were, they did long serve to unite us. No truth will ever serve us well, I fear. Yet we are not without options. At last our meeting, our proposal was tabled by the other members of the Eosian Alliance for joint military exercises to strengthen the ties between our nations and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay these exercises until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beregaled spirits. Better still, an occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies, a unified Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of allied nations' finest. Hosted by Ishgard, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as reformation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry that we are as strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism, it is true, but if we should be defeated, though even to hold our own against the cream of 3 nations must be presented as a triumph. Very well. You may count on my support for what little it is worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son Amalayan take part in the grand melee. By his deeds, he has brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. Now then, we have no time to lose. Akali, would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write to the Alliance leaders at once and begin making arrangements for the grand melee. Should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. So that is their solution. A grand melee to unite the people. And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You that they have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come so heavily to rely. And will you oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? We have come this far, have we not? Well, when you put it like that, I suppose it would be a shame not to see it through to the bitter end. So, for this grand melee of his, Sir Emmerich wishes to field a force comprising both his Temple Knights and Hilda's Watch, yes? I can only imagine what she will have to say about that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go and see for myself. Ooh.
Yeah, Sprightly. It's getting a bit much. I don't know about this.
Is that what you picked?
No, I fight for my friends, not for a nation.
Oh, very Kingdom Hearts of you. Are your friends your power? Well met, Akali. What?
Yes.
Well met, Akali. Have you spoken with Sir Emmerich? I was aware of the Alliance's request, so Sir Emmerich would turn these exercises into a spectacle for the masses. It is not that I doubt the efficacy of their plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, he has not once given me reason to doubt his intentions, and these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for this event forthwith. As for the Watch... Did he now? How considerate of Master Thangred to seek out our young Watch Commander of his own volition. Alas, he acted prematurely. Pray deliver this list of Watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. She's gonna be just down here. Choo. I'm a big supporter. Oh, Frey isn't here anymore. Frey. I'm a big lover of Ishgard. No. I didn't even see the bots. You were so fast. I thought you had something to discuss with the first commander. Thangred's been telling me all about Sir Emmerich's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing, because we ain't dressed to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well, well, seems the first commander's gone and handpicked her guests. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though. She's got a good eye. Will you be fighting too? Reckon it'd inspire the lads, if it were. Might take their minds off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favorite lordling, have you? I thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search foundation, and you the pillars. I think I know where he is. I know where he usually is. Oh, I really bing dangle it.
Oh, he's at the market, isn't he?
He's usually at the market. Yeah, there he is. Pouting. I carried Henriet to the manor. Our best Shurgans are tending to him as we speak, yet he has yet to wake, but surely he will. So father has volunteered me for this grand melee of theirs? My beloved family, always making decisions for me. Can I punch him? No, it's not like that. It's just... Oh, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You are free to be the woman you want to be, whereas I am born of a son of House Vortamps, don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do. Right or wrong, that was the way of it, until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to their cause, but not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw Henriet, I wanted to scream. I wanted someone to blame. But in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to some Emmerich, and I will make my own decision. While he is being sort of a brat, it is important to know that he is the youngest in a house that idolizes its older. The older one will become the lord of the house, the younger one will fall to the side, and on top of that, he has a bastard middle brother who was much more beloved and much more accomplished than he ever will be. And it is known, and probably talked about, that despite Orchefant not having the family name and being a bastard, was much more loved and did way more shit, became a lord of a keep, and Emelian can't do anything. So that also. That sort of stuff. That sort of stuff's gotta sting.
Yeah.
But he still sucks. That's good.
He does still suck.
He does suck. Where are we going? Oh, back to the brew? I would assume?
The Forgotten Knight.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, it is. The Lord Commander is not to be disturbed. May I ask what matters demands his personal attention? I see. Very well, you may enter.
Lord Commander, if I may? I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion. He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You'll take charge of the Ishgardian forces?
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more. An adventurer beholden to none, who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory. A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side.
Jesus, get on your knees when you say such
I ask
things.
this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time? Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
I felt like I was being proposed to. He just wants to go into combat with me. We would not have come this far if it were not for you, Akali. It has been an honor and a privilege. Gods help me, I think it might be love. I dare say it might be cheating too. Your presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. And did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? It was a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotion. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment I was far inspired to pledge myself to the cause, but that would be improper. This is their fight, and yours, but not mine. Mayhap I ought to fight for the other side. You know, even the odds. The grand melee is poised to begin, and Lucia would not be late. Sir Emmerich informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The grand melee will be held here, in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, and in the sight of the capital. An announcement has been made, and allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us, Akali. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pitch yourself against the allied forces, outside of Cartano, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. Oh, you got a new axe, right?
Oh, I did. I didn't put it on yet.
Let me see, let me see. Ooh. It's very spiky. I got a new Dragoon. No, that's Dark Knight. I got a new... Oh, it's so pointy! And it glows. Ooh. I don't think I look very good in this Dragoon armor. I don't know what I don't know what about it. But there's something off-putting about it.
You look like a fish.
I look like a fish.
Yeah, like a sea dragon.
Oh shit, into the wall. It would have been cooler if I had gone out the door, but such is life. To the Gates of Judgment. God, I can't remember that man's name. I used to know it. I know what you're talking about, though. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Fantastic Four. There's a guy. His name starts with an N. That is always thirsty for the Invisible Woman. Crossing the steps, miss? He doesn't usually wear armor, though. Oh shit, everybody's here. The second commander and Hilda's lieutenant shall see to the security in the city in my absence. The melee demands my undivided attention. It ain't often highborn dandies deign to fight alongside us hoy-poly. Like all our name days rolled into one, it is. Then again, it's our national pride that's at stake. National and personal. I ain't about to let the snotty-nosed lording show me up. It looks to be a veritable who's who of a Eorzean alliance. The only question is, who came to watch and who came to fight? Namino. Definitely Nanamo. Oh, I hope we fight Nanamo. I'll give her the what for once and for all. It is a matter of pride for the Alliance as well. They will not scruple to send their best against us, yet we must not be cowed. Too much rests on their success. There she is! I say, when you didn't appear, I began to question. Nothing, never mind. To think we are mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzea's solidarity in battle, that I am mere... What if... Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory, of the glory, of the stories I will tell Onrie when he awakens. Goodbye. I am ready, old girl. Are you? By the Fury, how could I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it's sudden, but we believe the man would find it inspiring if you bore the colors of House Four-Tomps into battle. Pray, do us this honor. During the Grand Melee, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. Pippin. Took my ears.
They did.
They took my ears.
Let all here present
We have to
heed
put a
well
stop to the
the
melee.
rules of engagement.
They've got to stop doing this to me.
They can't keep getting away with it.
The Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which the allied company of Ul'dan, Gridanian, and Lominsian forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be rewarded a tactical point. The first company to attain the designated tactical rating of 100 points is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by the etherical tether linking them to their company flag. While defeating most combats will award you 1 tactical point, defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. Marked combatants also possess enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. Defending and defeating these combatants is the key to victory.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
Get down here, Nanamo, and fight me.
All is ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the Grand Melee begin!
Oh, can I dance partner somebody? All my power rests in the dance partner. Emmerich, can I dance partner you, please? Emmerich. Emmerich. I have to give someone my dance partner. Damn it. Well, that's not good.
Please God!
Is that all you've got?
He's the guy I talk to in Gridania all the time.
Here!
Right there!
Oh no, it's me! Me and Robot. Cyclops, everyone! Be on your guard! All forces fall back! Continue the melee. I'll deal with him. Tough sod, but you heard the man. Get back to it. All forces, form a line on Akali now. Robot. Oh shit. Emmerich. Well met. I will not lie. I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? We shall. Can I dance partner you, Robot? Damn it all! It's gonna be easy to fail this. When you get to your fight with Robot, Q.
Yeah.
Be sure to get out of AoEs, cause they can, and will kill you. There's also mechanics here. I don't have anyone to heal me, which is actually the more pressing matter.
That man was weak sauce.
Roban?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did she win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought! Well fought, my friend! You truly are the warrior of warriors. Thank the Fury you were on our side.
I know I technically work for Catania. This is awkward.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
A truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Rauban. On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them.
I did single-handedly win the battle for them. People died, and I danced.
Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on one at a time. One day at a time, as Minfilia would have done.
I hope you won't grow bored of this man moaning and groaning about Minfilia, because that is what he will be doing for the next several expansions. As long as I live, I shall never forget that duel. It was inspiring and humbling in equal measure. I feel honored bound to point it out, however, that my father was fighting one-handed. Alright. Well, whose fault is that? Balls, I had forgotten what it was like to feel so alive. Not since leaving the Blood Sands have I had the privilege. Not since the bull of Alamigo hung up his swords. Back then, the outcome might have been different, but I do not begrudge you for your victory. I know how far you've come, how much you've endured. Our fight only confirmed it. We shall have to do this again one day, when time allows. I shall look forward to it. Now go. Go to the Ishgardians and celebrate your victory. You have earned it. Come, Pippin. Her Grace is expecting us. Lead on, Father. He's like, yeah, you won. But my dad only has one arm. Like, okay. Run, bunny girl, run.
Oh, I'm like right next to you.
What are we waiting for? We must return to the capital and tell them all about our victory. The messages have already been dispatched. Let us pray that this victory has the desired effect. That was just another battle for you, I bet. But for my lot, it weren't so much the fighting as not the tripping over each other's feet. His lordship might have to think about laying on some actual training up for us next time. I confess, it stung my pride to be brushed aside so easily, but when the flames subsided and I saw you standing there triumphant, there was only gladness in my heart. Yeah, he really did swat you like a fly, my dude. You were nothing to that man.
And he only has one arm.
And he only has one arm, Emmerich. Oh, there's actually, God, there's an old joke when Stormblood first got released. And it was called Roban EX. And the problem was, to get into the first thing you had to do in Stormblood, one of the first things you had to do, you had to talk to Roban. But the servers were so cluttered because Stormblood was popping, and that's when Final Fantasy XIV really started to get like some traction because people were really enthralled by the Eastern concepts that you were about to see, and it was being marketed really heavily in NA, so it was popping, and the servers were overloaded. So you would talk to Roban, and there's a gaggle of people there, and you're talking to Roban, and you go through the dialogue, and then you're waiting to load in, and you can't actually load in because everything's too full. So people are clicking and clicking and clicking. nobody can get in, and it was Oh, there's some line about throw wide the gates and throw wide the gates and you can't get in and people are just like going wild. They're like throw wide the gates and you can't get into this instance, so you're stuck. And it was called Roban EX because you just had to keep talking and talking and talking to this man until you could get in and play the goddamn video game. There was no moment like that in Shadowbringers because they stress tested the servers beforehand. Yeah, but they were just unprepared for the amount of people that were going to play Stormblood. Roban EX. Never forget. Said your goodbyes. In all the years I have known Roban, I can't recall ever seeing him look so happy in defeat. Well, everything seems to be falling into place, does it not? The Ishgardians have claimed their symbolic victory, and the Eorzean alliance has been strengthened in the process. Be proud of Cully. You made this happen. Oh, interesting.
Why no red mage stuff?
Because you are a Stormblood. There was no red mage at this time.
Then I will take your remark.
Yes, red mage came out in Stormblood. You have learned the remote victory. Did I? That's not a moat. What's this new emote I learned? Slash victory, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Oh. I thought these you got somewhere else. Oh, so it's slash is slash. And it's different for every class. V-pose, that's what it is. Yeah, it's different for every class you have. Slash. So this is the dancer one. I remember loving the white mage one a lot. That's Cloud's victory pose. We'll look at yours in a second. Oh, there I go. And I believe you even get one for crafters.
Oh my god.
Let me see.
I love it.
The crafting one?
Yeah.
Let me see your warrior one, because I don't have a warrior. It's slash V
Oh,
pose.
do you want me to go like over here so it's a better background?
Yeah. Let me see it.
Oh. How do I do it? Just
slash V pose. P-O-S-E.
V pose.
Oh. It's very cheeky. What are we doing now? Oh, I have to take a quest. Well, do you have a new dialogue? I cannot help but wonder what would have happened had you lost. Fantastical though such a state of affairs unquestionably is, I dare say the world would simply have ended. It's true, if you lose that fight, it's over. You just start over. When you are ready to return, pray inform the Lord Commander. I never imagined our humble gathering of like-minded souls would grow into something proper, let alone a force fit to trade blows with the Alliance finest. Can't say I didn't enjoy it neither. Funny how these things turn out, eh? Oh, there's your red mage sword. Sir Emmerich is beaming with pride. Damn it, I also want a red mage sword, but I also need a white mage staff. We have done it. Nay, you have done it. You have brought us the victory we so desperately needed. There is naught left but to return to the capital. Come, let us see what reception awaits us. It should have been there with the other mage weapons, though.
My lord!
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it, which I have been told some women may find appealing.
I see. And to think I was worried sick over you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news. It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, and I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emmanuel, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
Don't get anyone shot this time.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Stola and the others.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
They say you dueled General Roban within a ring of flames. I did not think the man so ostentatious, or that I could have seen it. After we parted ways in Matoya's cave, I returned here to speak with Taru. We agreed to tell the others only that our search for Menfilia had reached an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left for Falcon's Nest, but I thought it best to keep to myself for a time. I want to rely on you overmuch when we are together, and I needed to think, to reflect. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I feel I must say, though nothing so urgent that it cannot wait until after the conference. So let us make for Falcon's Nest and see if Lord Artorial has need of our assistance. Sir Emmerich hoped, Ishgard's success at the Grand Melee has done much to restore the people's faith in this endeavor. Look at their faces, Akali, nervous yet hopeful, expectant, in a word. Well met, Mistress Yana, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, and he did not dishonor his house. But you, my lady, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made an effort to strike while the iron is hot. We made our intentions known, and that all would be welcome to attend, and so they came. By the grace of the Fury, they came. The ceremony will not be a lengthy affair, and there is still much to be done. I would speak with you more, but I must see to my duties. As for you and Master Elfino, you will do naught but enjoy yourselves. Is that clear? If any dare beg your assistance, I will have words.
Yes, Sprightly, that's exactly what happened.
We restored the hope of the people.
Oh no.
Well, there you have it. We have been forbidden from meddling. Shall we wait, or have you other matters to attend to before the ceremony begins? Excellent. I only hope that Thancred and the others will not be late. Ethical events do not come around very often.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
We dragged her out and made her watch. She also didn't die.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
So that makes things better. That she didn't die probably helps the situation.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
We're Boromir, but she's different.
Have I ever done otherwise?
Look!
The White Dragon!
Ah, how long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearned to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me. Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Heavensward story is really good. It's really compelling.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
Your bow!
Child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thordan? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall scape my wrath. None shall scape my revenge!
Seven hells.
Done you, Nidhogg.
hells take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Yeah, Estinian got his hands on both eyes and then immediately got possessed because he couldn't control the dragon.
Death to Nidhogg! 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 Death to Nidhogg!
No worries. We can give you a recap anytime. It was a good one, very story heavy. This was a good patch. There they go, the last of the guests. Having come hither with hope in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some hope that what you had seen in Aziz's law was an illusion, perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Emmerich. Yeah, Sir Emmerich? That man was about to... That guy tried to murk his best friend to save Ishgard. For a mercy... Vindorfer's wound was not mortal, so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Enoch's shrine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope, but for her recovery is swift. But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Thornton, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us, stand apart. She was an example, a message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance like Estinian. Elfino knows what he must do. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, I confess I envisaged a rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the warrior light, or even to my fellow scion, but to you, Akali, my friend. But not here. No. The bot is still, holding a gun to itself. But of course, the inner Sarian Cam Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. Oh. Oh, Camp Dragonhead. I think we're about to get new armor. Alright. Intersary. This way. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Oh, it's sad to be in here. Right. Oh. She's fine. She's not actually
Forgive
dead.
me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss.
Yeah, they just
It
said
wasn't
she'd
all
be
that long
fine.
ago that we sat here, you and I. in our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshvon called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight, and why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emmerich and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emmerich is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try.
We will find a way to save him.
We will. I know we will.
Thank you, Akali. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I am glad you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we will win them over in due course. Such is the infectious power of hope. Right. That is quite enough solemn introspection for one day, I think. We would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Fort Tom's Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. The falling snows. Well, Alphanos certainly seems in better spirits. Do we have you to thank for this? Yet again we walk an all too familiar path. I am reminded of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted succor in our hour of need. We were saved, and now it is our turn to return the favor. Hear, hear! Let no one say that the Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends, if we stopped looking for Ida and Papalimo, or if we gave up hope of bringing Minfilia back? Though I knew it would cost her dearly, Minfilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of this star, of the rift between Zodiac and Hydaelyn, and of the Ascians' aspirations. But for all that has been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think it's time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy into triumph, but we will find a way. We will. We will. Scouting, striking, maiming, fending.
Fending is for me, yes?
Fending is for you. Can you pop that sucker open and tell me what the item level on it is?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a cutscene.
I don't think it's better. Wait, what is it again? Defending, maiming, striking, scouting. Okay. I'm gonna grab maiming because aiming isn't here, and then because I don't think what's in these boxes is better than my dancer outfit. Okay, goodbye. Thanks for stopping by. It is nice to have you here. We miss you too.
Of all the ways for it to end.
I also give a heart.
Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still. To the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
I had forgotten about this dude for just a moment.
Change. That great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
Caution, Ida. That is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them, not until we know more. don't get new gear. Oh god, I've become as bird. And we also got a new it's bee stance was the new emote we got, which is also different from every class. I also got a new staff. Hold on. That's important. Oh, hell yes.
Ooh.
I did. I went from Aquaman to Birdman. The crafting one is hilarious. Oh, I didn't see the Dark Knight one. I knew I missed one. Oh, I didn't... Hold on. My new armor is ridiculous. $240. It actually... Is it better than the dancing one? $255. No, it's not. Okay. Let me see you. Oh, yours is good.
Yeah, let me get in the...
Oh yeah, let me see your beast stance. Powerful. Why does yours look so good? I look like a chicken.
Chickens are nice.
I am now bird. And look at these little dumb slots for my ears! Do you see these stupid triangles?
I see him. I'm looking.
So these outfits are all based on primals. So you have the fending has Ifrit. Maiming has Garuda. I don't think there's a Titan set. Aiming gets Leviathan. And healers and casters get Shiva. And you can tell because my staff for healing, oops, is, well, hold on. Don't look at that one. It's all icy.
It's real pretty.
It's real pretty. So that's we're only a little bit over. That took the entire stream, that patch. It was a beefy patch though. Next week we will be doing, next Saturday we will be doing the new storyline, the new trial storyline, which is pretty good. We will be doing more Gobbies. Gobbies. And Hildebrand. Yeah! And then I think Sunday will be another patch day, but it's hard to say how long all of these things will take us. I know the trial storyline's pretty beefy. So very, very exciting. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Oh, shoot, I need to pick a game for... Oh, I will, I actually don't have to pick a game just yet. I can think about it some more. I will not be having a morning stream on Tuesday, right? Is that the day?
Yes.
Okay, I will not be having a morning stream on Tuesday, unfortunately. But I will be still having my near stream at 6 p.m. EST. So, I will start the new game on Wednesday, whatever that will be. So no stream on Monday, no early stream on Tuesday, but I will be there later in the day. But thank you so much for being here, and for hanging out. Very good, very good Heavensward story today. It was very, I haven't seen those patches since I first played through the game, so it's been really cool to witness it all again. It kind of feels like the first time in a way. So I remember the beats, but I don't remember a lot of the in-between stuff. So very good and very exciting things. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day and enjoy your evenings, and I will see you Tuesday at 6 p.m. EST for more Nier. So I hope you all take care and have a good one. Goodbye!